Well, hey guys, and this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub. This is Farming Simulator 2011, and this, my good friends, is Achievement Horan. So, it's also me putting on an incredibly fake accent that I will constantly be slipping out of. I'm hoping it's a good approximation of what I'm trying to go for here, but just in case it isn't, I will not tell you. So, with that in mind, let's just hop into our tractor. Now, the achievements we're going for here today are progression achievements, of course, because this game just does not have any, skill-based achievements. And the achievements in particular, let me just get through its lag systems. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I'm just doing like the accent on every other word. I mean, I know I just dropped out of it there. I don't even remember how to play this damn game. Anyway, let's get back into the proper talking and away from that sort of Australian stuff. Oh my god, those lighting. That lighting. Anyway, the achievements, as you may or may not be aware, involve plowing land and harvesting land. Also driving, which is one of my all-time favorite things to do at the moment. Just drive around the place. This is not a new save. Apparently. Apparently I've been farming for some time. It's the first time I started a game up in years, let me tell you that. And we are using the 2011 version, not the 2013, or I'm not even sure if there's a 2014 or 2015 version, because I like to keep it old school. That's me, you know. Let's just get rid of this damned thing. Oops, that was not the right button. What detaches? Q detaches. Let's get those lights back on, see what we're doing. Now, I also think I'm just going to... Oh, that really pisses me off. You cannot see the key configurations. Sorry for swearing, but that you cannot see the key configurations when you're just, Come on, one of these buttons, my friends. Well, that appears to be a view changer. That's absolutely useless. Let's get out. I already touched that several times. I'm trying to find the button. Whoops. Oh, why do you know? We got us a weather forecast. Awesome. But I'm actually trying to find a button that hot switches us between our vehicles. That's the farming shop. Yes, indeed. I know. Tab. Tab will cycle us. Ready? I thought I had a harvesting thingy. Well, this might get annoying. I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. Let's just go plow a field. Or was that it back there? Let's get out of my vehicle and go and have a look. You can sprint with shift, by the way. That does not look like... That looks like a sewing machine of some kind, maybe. Or no, actually that might be what we're looking for here. Yes. Or is this it? I do not know. Oh well, let's get into our tractor. We don't have to run anywhere, by the way. We just tab and we're automatically in it. So let's head on back here to our little thingy that we dropped off. Yes, and we can see here that I've driven 109.43 miles, I want to say. We, good Americans here, so we use the appropriate units of measurement. We have also found 100 delivered bottles. Now that was another achievement. It's actually the only achievements I have in this game is for finding, little collectible bottles around the map. And that's helped us out with our reputation somewhat, allegedly. Alright. Let's go cultivate us some land. Do we have a map? We do have a map. There we go. There is our map. We're gonna go over the river. All of this farmland is a house, by the way. My daddy bought it when he was a youngster, and I've been farming it since the day I turned 5. Started with that little plot there. But since my daddy died, God rest his soul, I've been taking over farming duties. And yeah, it's been going good. So we're just going to get on over here onto this farm area, this farm plot, and we're going to lower our cultivator. And you can see here, as we drive along rather slowly, because if we drive too fast it automatically raises up as a safety feature. Oops, see, we just had a warning flash up on screen. Let's see if we can get that again. There we go. Do not drive too fast. See, we lost the little cultivator thingy. So let's reattach that. Lower it down to the V key as the instructions on the screen so hopefully tell us. And let's go into cruise control. Now you may notice something here in that I have a rather unorthodox method of tilling the land. But, well, that's where my papa done taught me. And I just think that it's more efficient, as those big city folk like to say. More efficient than the other methods. It's also a little bit more fun because you get to fill in the gaps. And let me tell you, there is nothing better than filling in these gaps. It's gooder than grits. As a little bit of a disclaimer, I have learned all of my southern sayings from either the internet or a Nintendo DS game called Sprung, which was a dating simulator where you played as either a young fellow named Brett or a young fellow, not a fellow, I've slipped into like Italian or something there. What the fuck, Subby? Or a young lady by the name of... I have completely forgotten that last name. Becky. That was it. A young lady by the name of Becky. And anyway, it featured a bunch of other young ladies and young men, because it was a dating game, of course. And you basically went to a ski slope. Now let me tell you, I've never seen snow in my life. I've been on this farm all the time and not seen a drop of snow in my life. And I just do not know where my accent is at the moment. It's just all over the place. I hope you can all understand me, because, you know, it's a little weird. Anyway, as I was saying, this dating game, it was basically a choose-your-own-adventure dating simulator sort of thing, set in some ski slopes. And there was a character in it called Leanne, who was a young Southern Asian belle, as she put it herself. I don't know about you, but, you know, I would have rung that. But more to the point, she had a bunch of sayings that she had used to use, and gooder and grits was one of them. I have no idea if that is authentic or not. I'm just saying things now because I'm gonna be honest, farming gets a little bit boring after a while, and we're about to retill some land that we'd already tilled. Oh, let's get that corner in. Oh, we've gone off it. Now luckily, what we're using doesn't matter if we go off-road. It just doesn't do anything. And by off-road, I mean off the field. It doesn't matter. Another one, like the, I don't know, the tiller. This is a cultivator. But the tiller, it does, and you can make new fields or join fields up with it. It just tears the shit out of land. Pardon my French. But anyway, we're sort of going to fill in some of these gaps here, because cultivating this entire field will take us forever. I'm going to just say that. Let's just get some of these gaps in. Once we get on and start planting seeds, you might see a little bit of an improvement in our efficiency. And that was probably a French end of a word, but hey, you know what they say. I just completely went back into Australian there for a moment, but you know what they say about the South of America. It used to be French. And it did. I know all about the Louisiana Purchase and things like that. I went to school and learned that in them books. And that's how I know how to drive, 'cause I read it in books that my pappy wrote for me. 'Cause he was always out in the farm, doing farming business, while I was, being raised. But when I hit the fine age of 5, that all changed, and I became a man, and I started farming. First thing I farmed was weeds in my mama's garden, and that just went just fine. It's a very nice garden. I keep it maintained and organized. I'm very good at organization here. Let's just get rid of this map. We do not need it. Turn off my personal data assistant. So if you'd like to tell me where this particular accent that I'm using is from, apart from Australia, because, well, it's pretty fucking obvious that I'm Australian. Pardon my French yet again. I do not mean to swear, by the grace of God. And yeah, so if you'd like to pretend to know where I'm actually pretending to be from, that would be awesome, because I don't actually know. We can raise the cultivator, but what would the point be? We just have to put it back down. So we're going to make some quite interesting patterns in the soil here. I'm not actually sure how long I need to do this to get the achievement. I'm not even sure if I'll get the achievements, but I'm just doing this because, well, some of you know how much I love this game. Just farming. Yep, nothing like driving a tractor around the place. And just slip out of the accent right there. My mother is trying not to laugh at my horrendous accent as she walks in and out of her room. But yeah, so if you hear any laughter in the background, that is totally what that is. But let's just get back in character and back to the farming. So, we could buy an upgraded farming tractor if we had enough money. I don't think we do. We've got 38,000. And we maybe could. By the way, this has not paused time when we go into the shop. So we could just sort of say, okay, let's just start going along this line and we'll go and have a look at some vehicles. Come back and we're already halfway across that field. Wonderful. And you can see we've also missed some spots. There we go. Let's just get those. Don't want to miss spots. That's what causes babies, when you miss spots. And let me tell you, I have not yet found my Southern Belle to make them babies with, to, basically get myself some free farm workers. Though I hear that there are other sources of those that I would not go into for fear of portraying Southerners as being racist or anything. I'm trying to be quite kind here. If you are offended by my portrayal of your people, well, to put it kindly, I do apologize for such things. I do not mean offense. This is all in good fun. Good farming fun. So let's just bring up that PDA. I think this is the one we need to look at. For maybe crop sowing or threshed area. I do not know. But if it's crop sowing, then we have a long time in our hands. Let me tell you that, because the achievement is for 10 hectares. You know what? I'm just going to have a little look at that. Come on, Steam. Let's get rid of that little message there from whoever that was. And bring up the achievements. So yes, you'll be able to see my horrible Steam name. Okay, we need either $1 million, 1,000 miles of driving distance, or 10 hectares of harvesting. Well, I think that comes under threshed area. I do not know. But I can see the driving distance there. We're not really getting too far on this. One thing you may have noticed, though, is that I can hire a worker to do this for me, to essentially play this fine game for me. I do not see the point. You know what? We're just going to get this little spot here, and then we're going to go get us some seeds. So let's raise up that cultivator, get out of cruise control, get rid of that thing, and head on back across this river. And you know what? My grandpappy never liked cars. Yeah, take that. Take that. My grandpappy never liked cars. He'd go everywhere in a hoss. Which is a horse to some of you city folk. Let me just see. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think of your fancy-dancy electronic motorized vehicle. I think I'm stuck. Whatever. Deal with it. We got another tractor here. It's good. We're just going to detach that truck. And then we're going to go and find out which one of these things puts seeds in the ground. I think maybe this one. I think this truck actually is going faster. So let's just put this seed thing. I think this is a seed thing. Hey, attach. Attach. Oh God, it needs to be actually lined up. I do apologize for taking the Lord's name in vain. It only has 16% seeds in it, so let's go and see if we can buy some more seeds from somewhere. Currently, I believe that's wheat. I'm not quite sure. Was this seed purchasing facility over here? Where do I get seeds from? I'm not actually sure. It's been so long since I played this game. I think the last time I played it may have actually been in 2011. Can we select our seeds? No, that's not the right button. We just dropped that damn thing. Alright. Let's just go somewhere, I guess. Wait. I remember where to get seeds from. I have just seen it out of the corner of my eye. Let's just go get some seeds. And then we'll plant them in that field. Hello, seeds. We're going to refill the sower. Now, this does cost us a little bit of money, but we make it back when our crop matures. Like a fine wine. I also do not know how long I can stand to use this accent, which I'm sure some of you will be thankful of. Let's just go over here and sow us some seeds. We're going to drive right across this field here. I think we still need to collect some of that stuff. We're causing a little bit of a traffic incident there, but it looks like our tractor has stopped being jammed up in the air. So we will deal with that in a moment. Let's just get over here to my successfully cultivated field. Stop right there. Lower that sower. And now, back to cruise control. Let's go. You can see we're planting our seeds. Yeah, that's some good planting. If any of you fine ladyfolk viewers become faint of heart at the sight of this epic planting action, feel free to pause that video, and we'll still be here when you get back. Now, it also doesn't matter if we drive off the planting area when we are putting these seeds down, because they stop coming in, basically. And you know what? Let's just hire a worker to do that. And he should be more than willing. My hands are off the controls. I know you can't see that, but my hands are off the controls. And see, he's doing all the work himself. That's good. We can tab out of him to this fellow here. See, yep, he's still on over there doing that work that we set him to do. Good fellow. We're probably paying him below minimum wage because he's illegal. But that's what drives this great country and its economy. Let's just get rid of this thing right there. Yep, just drop it and go. Now, what else what were we looking at doing? I think it was this thing right back here, this red looking thing. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Wait. No, no, no. It was this thing. Was it? I honestly do not know. Wasn't that? That was the that thing here, this Euro boss. That is a bailer. We do not want to bail like some form of criminal in a legal institution. Let's check this thing out. Let's see what this is. I think this is what we're actually after. The Wind Rower. Oh, now that is some fancy smancy thing. Let's head on over and see what it does for us. Yep, it's a hard life, but somebody's got to do it. Let's just turn that thing on right now. Whoops, we didn't turn it on, we detached it. But fortunately, we're skilled enough to reattach it while we're going at a slight speed. Okay, so this does not appear to be doing anything. No, this must be something to do with the grass. Baling the rubbish. Oh, apparently we're driving too fast. Let's just turn that off. So, that was a little exercise in futility because it did nothing. You would think, Stubby, before you start doing a little bit of a let's play for an achievement horn video, maybe you should play the game a little bit more before you actually get involved in it. And to that I say nay. Nay. Why would I play the game when I live and breathe it? Let's see if this cutter thing does anything in particular. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's a cutter. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Let me just go over to this one. I have a sneaking suspicion about that trailer attachment over there. That way. Now, I know you don't all want to see me farming for too long, so I'm just going to go through maybe one or two lots of crops, and then we'll have a lovely little drive around this map. We'll maybe go up to the castle, which is up there for some reason. Okay, this just literally appears to be a truck. Oh, wait, I think I know what the deal is here. I think I know. We drive this over here to about here. Now, I'm not incredibly sure about all of this, by the way. We're still just trying to do this as we remember it. But we're going to say turn on the cutter when we get about here. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, see, we're actually... I know what's happened here. Right, I know where we're at. What we've actually done is already harvested this field, and we have this grassy crap all over it that I do not remember how to get rid of it. I just do not remember. So let's just head on over this way. Chugga chugga. And we're going to see if we can remember how to farm, like my papa taught me. Maybe we do use that hay baler. Let's try it. Why not? Come on. Here we go. It's a forage wagon, not a hay baler. So what happens when we turn it on? I don't know. It's making some sort of noise. We probably cannot drive too fast with it on. Yep. So we're just going to go over here and say, hey, buddy, turn on. Are you eating the stuff? You are not. Well, bugger if I know what I'm doing. You do not even have nitro on these cars. And by cars, I mean trailers. I have a sneaking suspicion that I left something in the barn. Let me just have a look at that while we wreck this little city slicker's day. Yeah, take some of that. That's right. That's what you get for driving an SUV and ruining the environment. Because that's what he's doing, isn't it? He's ruining the environment. Well, there ain't nothing in there, but I do see a lovely crop of grass. There's another one of these cursed SUV drivers. Yeah, that's what you get. Epic recovery. Epic recovery. I'm beginning to see why people drive these things if they can flip back on their wheels like that. Anyway, so we're going to do something that I remember how to do, and that is to grass cut. So we come in over here and we pick this up, which we're probably approaching from the wrong angle. Nope, we actually have it. Now this thing we can fold up nice and evenly, like a pair of wings. Lovely. This is a mower, made by the fine folks at Pottinger. So we come on over here to the grass. We unfold it. We lower it. And then, my good friends, we turn it on. Oh, that's some fine engine noise there. And we're now harvesting this grass, but not in a clear line, obviously. Just in two lines, and we're making it into these little grass piles on the ground, which we will then have to come along with another vehicle or vehicular attachment and deal with at such a subsequent point. Anyway, let's get back to mowing nicely. Let's just see if Eugene over here has finished harvesting. He has not. He has not yet finished sowing, but some of our crop is appearing already. So that is good news for Eugene. He may just get paid today. You can also see that the mower immediately turned off when we teleported to Eugene and his vehicle. But that is not a concern, because we just turned it right back on again. All good. Gooder and grits, as they say, or as I am led to believe that they say. Oh yeah, that's some good harvesting. Some grass. Now some of you might be wondering, what's the point of harvesting grass? It grows everywhere. Are you a fool, Farmer Subby? Are you a fool harvesting all that grass? Why'd you grow grass in that field anyway? It's right next to you on that side to that major road. And to you I say, no, sir. It is you who are the fool. This is top quality, premium grass. And I do not mean that marijuana stuff. No, sir. No drugs on this farm. Except the ones we feed our livestock. This grass, which is going to be slightly ironic now that I'm going to say that, it's what we feed to our livestock, so it may actually be marijuana. I do not know. I hope not, because then we may have some issues with the local law enforcement. I've seen that episode of Archer. I know what happens. But anyway, we're just going to finish up this field, and maybe by then Eugene will be finished with his job that we're paying him for. We are paying him for that job. Though I'm not seeing any money deducted from our account, so maybe we're paying him well below minimum wage. I don't think we could hire a worker for this. It's not an option. No, and even if we hit the correct button to do it, it does not do it for us. But that's relevant. Sometimes a man just needs to harvest his own grass and miss most of it like that because there's a dead spot underneath the tractor. So we just carefully back it up. Back that up. That ass. Back it up. And now that we just went to ham banana for a little bit, we're going to go right back into the lovely drawl, which we've been doing. I think that's good enough harvesting. Let's turn off our mower, lift it, and fold it. We're not actually going to fold it. We're going to see if we can trip up any city slickers on the way back to dropping it off. As you can see, it's quite wide. Yep, there we go. We got one. We got one. And we're just going around the corner and drop it. Now, what we need to do here is get this little funny spinny attachment that we had. This one right here. Eugene, are you done? Keep going. I didn't tell you to stop. Work these days. Lucky if I understand English. So anyway, I was talking about our fine grass product over here. What we use this for is to feed to our cattle. Now, I believe we have some cattle. They are slightly far away, but this helps them produce milk, which is good. It gives us a nice steady income. More so than the likes of green harvesting does. So this little tool here does not actually harvest the grass. This clumps it up into manageable piles. So let's just turn that on and put on cruise control and get harvesting. See, it moves it all to one side. Isn't that lovely? Have you never seen finer work? Beautiful. That's what I say. Now, if we're really good, we could get this all into just the one spot and then come along with our other harvester and gather it all up. We may not be that good. Now, I don't like to cast doubt upon my own abilities, but, well, let's be honest. You've seen me drive. So we just kind of go along and just put it all on the roads and just... Roads is what I meant, not roads. If we put this stuff on the roads, then the local law enforcement boys might have a word to us. And I'm already in good of the sheriff, so I don't need any more hasslage from them about papers and illegal workers. So we're just going to keep it nice, safe, and legal. Be that in the bedroom or otherwise. See, this really does minimize the amount of effort that I will have to do on the next stage. Which is a little weird that you've got to go through one stage to minimize effort in another. But hopefully now you can all see what I talk about when I talk about Farming Simulator 2011. And as I have mentioned, there are more recent modern updates to this game, or iterations as the posh people say. But I don't have any of those. I just have the good old school 2011 version. And you know what? It works fine enough for me. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think that's enough gathering. You should actually be doing it in rows, but because we're kind of bored, we're not going to be doing it in rows. Just turn that off. And now we just go drop that. Well, it's stabbing through a tractor. Stabbing through a tractor! And we go back and we get this other grass machine. The big red trailer that we dumped off somewhere that I do not remember. Probably around here. Yeah, there it is. So that's what we need. Is Eugene still working? Eugene! Why have you stopped working? I do not pay you to sit around and do nothing. I literally do not pay him to do that. Can't get any good help these days. I'm going to have to find me a nice Southern belle, marry her, and make my own help. Come on. There we go. So let's go and turn on our forage wagon back at grass and see if we cannot harvest ourselves some of that. And you know, if you do like this ridiculous accent, be sure to give the video a like or a comment and tell me how much you like or hate it. I don't care. Hate is gonna hate, so I'm gonna have to get some of that. and we're just going to work out exactly what you like. So you see here we are getting grass into our forage wagon. It is slowly filling up. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. Now, strictly speaking, we didn't have to gather it all up. The forage wagon picks it all up as it is. It just means that we come along with one swipe. But, you know, whatever. We are getting driving too fast warnings because the game doesn't know how to limit itself. Seriously, I do not know why they say that you're driving too fast. I know they're trying to be realistic with these simulators, but it's just a little strange, don't you think? That they say, hey, you were driving too fast. Too fast, lad. And I say, well, sir, I was doing the speed limit. You cannot fault me for doing the speed limit and for your speed camera gun being faulty. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. Ah. So, I think that's enough grass. Fuck it. Eugene, you're fired. Let's go drive around for a bit. I'm honestly done with farming for the day. It's getting late. So let's bring up our map. The big map. And we're going to get on this road and we're going to go explore. So we do have quite a large amount of, well, I think you would call it farmland. Here's some grass that we planted earlier. I did plant a lot of grass. I do remember that because it was one of the more enjoyable things to plant and you know, harvest. And you know what? Let's bring up our indicator on how far we have driven. Right, so down there you can see that we have driven 117.46 miles. And you can see how absolutely slowly that is accruing. I'm going to give you a slight spoiler alert here. We're not going to be getting any achievements today. This is more an example of how ridiculous the achievements in Farming Simulator 2011 are. Except for the bottle finding one, because that just required you to find some bottles which are hidden throughout the map. Of which there is a nice mod that you can install that tells you when you're close to one, because some of them are in ridiculous locations. Chugga chugga, motherfucker, we're gonna fuck your car up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Willie. Yeah. It's like two vehicles having sex. I wonder if we'll make a little one out of that. Nope, I think we jammed. I think we jammed it. I can't pull out. I can't pull out. Oh, there we go. And that's how babies are born. Let's continue on. So up here we have some lovely silos on our left. This is actually the milk storage facility. There are a number of bottles around it, including some on the roof, which were darn near impossible to get to. Yep, there you go. Supreme Milk. Sounds a little Nazi-ish to me. And I mean, we kicked their asses in WW2. You don't expect me to see them coming and moving in and taking our milk production facilities? That's just outrageous, that's what that is. Anyway, we're going to go over here, a little bit cross-country. Doesn't matter, I own this land. We're just going to slowly wander over here. We're not going to take our vehicle up the mountain. That would be irresponsible of us. What we are going to do is stop. Now here's another thing. After you collected the bottles, you had to bring them to these recycling facilities. So you weren't just collecting things, you were doing the community a favor by cleaning up. Now we're at the top of the mountain. You just run in that little arrow and there you go. So we just head up the top of this here ramp. See what we can see. Yeah, what do you know? That way is north. Let's just check our map to make sure that's correct. It sure is. And right here, we can see our farm. We cannot move the camera at all. we can just see our farm. If you look to the right there, you could just see the beginnings of my personal house, or domicile, as I believe it's known in fancier circles. And we can't actually escape out of this view as a limited time frame. Oh, there's another one. Actually, it looks like there's water on every cardinal point of the compass. Oh, there is a water mill, looking pretty antique, as it were. I bet that would oh, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Give us a moment. I bet that would fetch a pretty penny at auction if you were to auction a building. There is the local restaurant, or restaurant as they say in France. And over here, we can see the castle. A little weird that we have a castle, and I'm speaking in an American accent. I don't actually believe that there are any proper castles like that in America. So maybe we're actually in Europe. I mean, this game is made by Germans, I believe. Most of these simulator games are, particularly the terrible ones, like this one. So what we're going to do is head on over here. I believe that there's another little hedge maze. Yeah, I know, there's a hedge maze in a farming game. What the diddly-o? How can that be? Well, I'm going to show you how it can be. Because we're going to go there and we're going to check it out. I think it's over this way anyway. Oh, you can see that's the watermill over there. Got a lovely little icon telling us that. There's the hedge maze right over here. We go ahead in that direction. And after that, we may take a casual stroll by the port, have a little cup of tea at the restaurant, see if we can meet us any nice southern ladies, get us some more workers for our farm. And after that, we might just call it a day, because I've just flat out given up on farming for it, because, you know, nighttime is a-coming. And it's going to be cold night, 10 degrees centigrade. That odd that we're talking in centigrade, so, you know, it doesn't actually make sense. Because we're talking in miles and hectares and gallons, but then we're talking in centigrade. You either always use metric or you always use imperial. That's what I say. So from this view, we can kind of see our way in to the hedge maze, but we're going to just say, fuck that, pardon my French. We're going to go in and we're going to find our way into this here hedge maze. We want to get to that tree in the center. Now, fortunately, there are no minotaurs or other bizarre beasties running around in this here hedge maze. That would make it slightly awkward. And I do confess, when I first encountered this hedge maze, the first thing I did was park a truck next to it and jump over into, you know, the bits where the bottles were. Because there were a lot of bottles in this here hedge maze. It was very irritating. Like, there's probably one right there. There was definitely one in the center, which we are so far away from getting to. We got to go all the way around here, I think. So let's just continue on. And then hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves out of this little predicament. Was that it? Is this the way? Nope. Also, the camera controls terribly. I actually get motion sickness because it's not, like, there's no authentic head bob. It's just straight forward and back. And there we go. We have made it to the tree. There's nothing here. Not even a lovely young southern lass to... I was going to say something horribly offensive there. To not even a little horrible... now I have just completely lost my train of thought. I do apologize. By the way, we can get out of this hedge maze very easily. We just hit tab. Let's go on over to the port. But yeah, there's not even a very nice young southern lass inside there to marry and, you know, praise Jesus with and become one with the Lord and make some new workers for our farm. I do wish we had turbocharge on this tractor. I'm going to try not to make this clip any longer than it has to be, so we're just going to get on over there to this bridge, get on down to the restaurant, maybe see if we can sit down on the chairs. I'll give you a little spoiler alert, we cannot sit down on those chairs, so great, I guess. and then we'll call it a day. Chugga chugga. And I don't believe that the speed varies whether we're on or off road, so we're just going to, go for it, basically. And I don't want to use cruise control because cruise control is just slower than everything else. It's not like real cruise control in a normal vehicle where you get up to whatever speed you want it at, push a button, and that's what it goes at. This particular cruise control functions at two settings. One is fucking slow, and the second one is also fucking slow. Here you can see some crops that we were actually halfway through harvesting. We're just going to drive through them. It doesn't damage them in any way, shape, or form. I probably gave up on that because that is a really big field, and let's be honest, nobody got time for that. Whoops, I accidentally hit the cruise control button when I meant to hit the I button to change my viewpoints. Yeah, so we've driven 11.36 miles today. Wonderful. Let's get out of here. We'll go and sit down at the Twin Cannons Inn. We cannot actually sit down, by the way. I mean, look at this. This is us sitting down. We're actually standing on the damn thing. Oh, look, there's somebody over here. What's up, partner? Yeah, it's a good day out, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, look at all this ocean. It's a lovely ocean. I live around here, you know that? Hey, you know where I can get a good southern lass? I need some more workers for my farm. Cohen, I know you do. You look like a stylish individual. I bet all the ladies are over you. Oh, look at this cannon. Can we get up on it? Oh, yeah, we can get up on it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, I know I said we were going to end it, but let's go find us a nice southern lady first. Hey, Mr. Businessman, sir. Sir. With your lovely tie. That is quite a lovely tie, if I do say so myself. Do you know where any young southern belles are? I need me a wife and some workers for my farm. Nope. All right, then. Wait, do I see in the distance that lovely picture of loveliness? Oh, praise be. Excuse me, miss. Would you do me the honor? First of all, stop and walking while I'm talking to you. It's kind of weird. Oh my God, she walked through me. She is a ghost. She is a ghost. Let's run away from the ghost. You, sir, do you know of any young fine southern lasses apart from that ghost over there? Because I'm pretty sure it's against the Bible to be marrying ghosts. Nope. All right. No worries, sir. Please move along. Let's continue up this road. Now, you don't know nothing. Was there somebody in that car? I don't think I saw a driver. This whole town is populated by ghosts. No, you're all good, sirs. Please continue about your business. Especially you. You look like you had important business to be on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is there somebody in that car? Yes, there is. Carry on, sir. Please carry on. Excuse me. Is there somebody in that car? Hey. Well, I was trying to talk to them, but I guess they just did not want to listen. Alright, well, it looks like the people have sort of dried up on this side of the road, so let's just move along here. See if we can find ourselves a nice southern lass. Well, this is one of them fancy cars, isn't it, sir? Well, you just move along. Don't cause no trouble around here. Alright. We've successfully determined that there is nobody else around here to marry apart from this ghost lady here. So, excuse me, Mrs. Ghost. Would you do me... Wait, can I crouch? I cannot crouch. I'm sorry. I cannot get on one knee. It appears my knee joints are fused together. But I hope you appreciate the thought that I would try to do such a thing for you, even if I am incapable of doing it. So, without further ado, would you please do me the honor, Miss Ghost, of being my lawfully wedded wife. I guess that's a no. So, without further ado, we'll just end this up while I go and hang my head in shame. Just over here in the grass, where I belong. Alone. So yeah, I hope that didn't offend anybody too much, but I just kind of got the idea while I was sitting a driving test, so I had to do it. But in the meantime, I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later!